Hello everybody and welcome back to Alex Elliott Golf. This is a new part of the channel today. We're going to do a club review. So we're going to compare the new Ping G400 to the new Ping Iblade. Now, if we're talking about clubs that I'd look down and like the look of straight away, I'd much prefer the Iblade. But today's all about using a bit of kind of a comparison to say, well, you know what, even good players, maybe they just use a G400 and the longer irons. So that's why we're going to compare the 7 irons in both. I'm going to hit 5 balls with the Iblade, 5 balls with the G400. We're going to compare the data and see which ones are best for me. So let's firstly talk to the Iblade. I really love kind of the new detail into the black, the kind of little eye, the flush kind of simple finish to the back of the golf club. It really looks fresh and it looks nice in the bag. I know that's not basically all the story, but we all know if we like a set of clubs in our bag, we'd like them to look nice as well. Putting the club down, I really like kind of the white line along the bottom and the top edge. It's not very thick, which is exactly what I look for in an iron. So if we look at the G400 in a second, you'll see that these things are slightly different with each of these irons, but straight away, first impressions, really like the new Iblade. So I've actually chose to put a KBS Tour shaft in this 120 stiff. So I've chosen this shaft because it's pretty similar to what I've got in my current restriction irons. So I really want to make it kind of a fair comparison between this and it's something that I'd actually use, and generally we get some better data if it's something that I'd actually use. So I'm going to hit 5 shots of this, 5 shots of the G400, and let's see which data comes on top. Oh, here we go, we've got the Iblade. Let's give this a go. Really nice hit. Really nice feeling off the face. They feel really solid. I don't know if that's due to the shaft a little bit as well, but putting it down, really nice centered strike and feel really solid out the middle. But we all know, we want to know what those off center hits are like as well, don't we? We don't necessarily just want to know, are we good out the middle? Right, shot number 2. Really nice. So if we just want to talk about numbers quickly, that had ball speed of 118 and the club speed of 90. So again, a really nice hit and producing some really fast ball speed off that. Ball number 3. A little bit of a heely hit, a little bit spinny. It'd be interesting to know what this ball speed was like, because like we know, Blade's not as forgiving as kind of the, say, the G400, a little bit of a cavity back, but still, heely hit, still producing 117 ball speed. A little bit faster club head speed on that one. Probably why it wasn't as good a strike, a bit off balance maybe, but 117 ball speed straight away, really good. So shot number 4, very impressed with this so far. Really like that, producing a nice flight for me, that. And you'll see this data in a second as well. Again, really nice hit. Right, the final one with the Iblade. A little bit heely again. Again, it'd be interesting to know what this data's like. So like I said, that was a really heely hit for me. Still gone 166 distance, which is fantastic. Ball speed, like we said, is heely, so 116, a little bit lower. But first impressions, very, very impressive. So if we just talk through the average of this data here, before we move on to the G400. So the average club head speed was 90. The average ball speed was 116. So remember those numbers. Ball speed was 116 with the Iblade, and the total distance, average total distance, was 167. So these are numbers we're going to look at and really try and compare ball speed and total distance. So ball speed was 116 and total distance was 167. Let's move on to the G400. So now we've got the G400. Now this is typically your mid to high handicappers golf club, but I'm going to try and prove something here, and I don't know if the data will support me, but I'm going to try and prove that I believe that if even some of the better players can benefit with using these golf clubs. So what's the difference? Yes, they're a cavity back. The weight is more positioned around the head to add that forgiveness, whereas in the Iblade, the centre of gravity is pretty much straight behind the face. Again, they go further because of that, but less forgiving. So the weight distribution in this club is more around the perimeter. The top edge is a lot thicker and the head is a lot bigger. So straight away for me as a better player, I don't really like that. That is my personal opinion, but I do like the detail on the back. But like we all said, if we didn't all like the golf club, I know it's part of it, but if it gave us better numbers, then that's something we're going to play better golf with. One thing I do really like, and all the Ping irons do have this, is this white line along the front. I really like it as a way of making sure my club head's square behind the golf ball. You can see straight away if your club face is pointing to the left or it's pointing to the right. And again, I put a shaft that's very similar to this, so it's going to competitive test again. Got the KBS Tour stiff shaft, so it's again really competitive test, exactly the same. All we're doing is changing these heads. First shot with the G400. Remember, we had 116 ball speed average and 167 distance with the Iblade. That came off like a rocket. Straight away, distance 179, ball speed 123. So massively up straight away. I know it's only one shot, but massively up. Right, on to the next shot. 176, ball speed 121. So straight away, those two shots are a lot faster off the face and a lot more distance, and they were both hit really nicely. I don't know whether that was just because the head's a bit bigger, a bit more forgiving, but both hit really nicely. Again, when I'm actually playing shots now, looking at it, the bigger face isn't really putting me off. Again, a really nice hit. 183 that one. 121 ball speed. Again, all these ball speeds are a little bit more. So again, we averaged 116 with the Iblade. It's something around 120 now. I've not looked at the data. We've got it number shot 4 here first. So if we could add 4 miles an hour ball speed, that's equating to even like 10-15 yards here. The difference between what we had with the Iblade and what we had with the G400. A little bit heely, that one. This will be the one that's interesting to see what the ball speed is. So again, 185 even with the heely one. Ball speed was a little bit down there though, 119, but still more than we had as an average with the Iblade. So the data's in. We said 116 ball speed with the Iblade. Now it's 121 ball speed with this. That's an improvement of 5 miles an hour, which is absolutely massive. Even with those off-centre hits, like we said, that one I got heely was still at 119 miles an hour off the club face. So really good, and the average distance is up to 181. So a massive improvement with the G400 compared to the Iblade. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, are they as manoeuvrable in the air? Well, I'd like to say, yeah. I feel like I could still fade and still draw these. It's just, I guess, sometimes you might get one that goes a little bit further, but I'd like to argue with people. A lot of people that are out there would like to get extra yards, extra distance, even to say they're hitting a 7-iron, that makes it hitting a 6-iron. So for me, I definitely think the whole golfing industry is going this way. Let's make it easier, let's make it more forgiving. Even some of the guys on tour are using this G400 in their longer irons. So if you're a better player out there, I'd suggest this, and I'm going to look into doing this even myself. Having the Iblades up to like 7-iron, say, or 6-iron, and then 5 and 4-iron in the G400. Let's make it easier for you, and let's get 6 miles an hour more ball speed. You've seen what the difference can do in the ball flight on this data. A lot more penetrating, a lot further, so it's going to make the golf game a lot easier for you. So my verdict is, I love the G400, but if I was going to get this an actual set on the golf course, I'd do a graduated set between the Iblade and between the G400. So let's just summarise these overall findings again. The 6 miles an hour more ball speed is definitely the big winner for me, but the off-centre hits, and I was really impressed with the ones that hit off the heel, ones that hit a little bit off the toe, they still produced more ball speed. So if I choose shot number 5, one of the shots went 118 ball speed. I felt it wasn't a great strike, but it was 2 miles an hour more than my average with the Iblade. So for me, yes, I don't really like the look of them putting them down, and I said, well, actually hitting shots, it's not as bad, but for me, it's something you could definitely get used to. It's only what we're used to at the end of the day. So for me, it's definitely something I'd like to put in my bag from, like I said, a more graduated set. I'd go Iblade and the shorter irons, finishing off with the G400 and the longer irons. The results that I'm getting with 7-iron, I'd love to see these results with 4 and 5-iron. For me, if you could hit this a lot further, a lot easier, then the golf game's going to become a lot easier. I just want to make one thing aware, because people might say, oh, well, you might have been hitting this one harder. Both club head speeds averaged at 90 miles an hour. So you can see that I had the same shafts. The only thing they changed was the heads. Same club head speed, both averaged between the 5 shots of the Iblade, the 5 shots of the G400 was both 90 miles an hour. But Iblade, like I said, 116 ball speed average, and this was 121 ball speed average. So same club head miles an hour, 6 miles an hour more ball speed. I think it talks for itself. Thank you for watching today's video at Alex Elliott Golf. This is brand new content to my channel. We're going to have a lot more club reviews coming in the future with Callaway drivers, TaylorMade drivers and Ping drivers. So there's a lot more club reviews, a lot more club content coming forwards. So if you like this, make sure you subscribe to Alex Elliott Golf. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.